Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my face and you're new here, my name is Mark. Please remember to slash that like button. And also, I know before you get started, you got commitment issues, I got commitment issues, but I got a remedy that will solve all of that. So why don't you just annihilate that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell. And also, leave me comments down below. But I think I've talked enough, so let's just jump straight into these videos. Let's go!
Call me Megatron. Shorty's a megacon. It ain't a
Sorry, I had to pause it real quickly, but this is what I love about Upchurch, and I always say this at every beginning of almost every reaction video, but I love how he gives me a concept and a storyline to follow, and it's like so pitch perfect and amazing. Like, that's what I love about him, and it's not hard, and I don't know why some people's faves cannot grasp that concept to be able to give us a storyline and a concept. Like, it doesn't take that much thought process to do. But let's jump back into this. I'm gonna take it back to the beginning. It's called Effort. Come on with the vocals.
The only poison I've had is IV. The only man I fear is God.
Come on.
No snakes can make me run now, 'cause I've been bit by a moth. No bug can stare me down. No neighbor can shut me up. I'm off the grid and I'm off my rocker. I'm off in the holler sun. We them holler.
Oh, come on.
Holler if you needed something done. Holler if you need a chip on the shoulder. And a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt off.
And I want to pause it again. I love how Upchurch is tapping in again to this vulnerable and more softer side of being able to let his emotions flow and out on this track, because it's allowing to show that he's human and he's connecting to his fans in a way that a lot of artists don't do. And I feel like that's where you get the disconnect with a lot of artists and their fans, because you see this facade, this mask that a lot of artists wear, because they're sitting there trying to perpetuate a lifestyle that they feel like, oh, the industry is trying to promote and what they feel like is needed to be seen. But Upchurch is that type of artist, like, no, I'm gonna show you who I am when the mask falls off and who I am. I'm this country boy and I'm gonna stick to that, and I'm gonna be authentically myself, because if I deviate from that, my fans are gonna sit there and be like, yo, I don't recognize this man. And I love that he's able to do that, because he sticks to who he is as a person, who he is as a man, and he taps into that, and he's not afraid to showcase that, if that makes sense. And I love that, and I love that he's able to showcase that whole vulnerability and sensitivity side of himself, and emotional side of showing himself when the mask falls off, when the veil is lifted, and just connect more with his core audience and just the general public, because it makes you more likable as a person. It's like you're falling in love with Ryan Upchurch. You're not falling in love with the industry plant of what Ryan Upchurch is, if that makes sense. Let's take this back.
We them holler boys. Holler if you needed something done. Holler if you need a chip on the shoulder. And a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt off. Leaving 2 black marks down a one-way road. Yeah, we them holler. The only fight I've ever been in man was taken up for somebody else. The only time I got my jaw jacked is never, but damn sure not quite yet.
Come on.
The times I miss the most are the times nobody knows. When it was me, my cousin, and a couple of my buddies racing down old Sam's Creek Road.
Come on.
Them holler boys, holler if you needed something done. Holler if you need a chip on the shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt on, leaving two black marks down a one-way road. Yeah, them holler boys.
Come on, vocals.
Holler soul, washed in the spring of a farmer's joy. We them holler boys. Holler if you needin' something done. Holler if you need a chip on a shoulder or a hand with a loaded gun. We them holler boys. Holler if you needed something done. Holler if you need a chip on a shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt on, leaving two black marks down a one-way road. We them holler boys.
Oh, I love this. In memory. Oh. Wow. So I wonder, was this dedicated to his friend? Somebody let me know in the comments below. Wow. I love that was very emotional. I love that.
I have been on
Okay, I don't know who you are, but we're here to talk about Upchurch. But I love this, and I don't know if it's sacrilegious for me to sit here and say that I think I may love Holler Boys more than I love Rolling Stone. Like, and that was like my first Upchurch reaction that I did. But I love this. I love that he dedicated, like it seemed like he dedicated this track to one of his friends. And I love the deeper meaning that it had to this. And one thing that I can appreciate about Upchurch is that, like, I feel like I just wish that I would have the opportunity one day to just like pick his brain, like just be able to just ride on a dirt road in a pickup truck with him and just pick his brain and just talk about how he's able to be authentically himself within an industry that tries to change you so much and tries to make you become something that you're not. Like, how does he stay so rooted and so grounded and so authentically himself when you're in such an industry that tries to make like cookie cutter carbon copy individuals? Like, how does he able to keep his sanity? What is it that he's able to turn to? And I feel like from when I listen to Fallen, that I feel like a lot of times he gains his inspiration, and I think that a lot of his inspiration and his connectivity is being able to connect to his upbringing of how his mom raised him. And she just raised a genuinely great man, like from a boy into a man. Like, she just raised somebody who stays true to themselves, stays true to their values, stays authentically themselves, and not gonna get lost within this world that wants to sit there and try to change you. And I love that. And I love that he was able to sit here and talk about the deeper connection of this track, of how it relates to him, and in the semblance of this is how me and my friends are seen as, and this is what we lived as, and this is what we inspired to be, and how we've grown to be, and what we came to be, and what we are now growing into manhood. Like, I love everything about this. I thought that this song was amazing. The vocals were amazing, were out of this world. I'm not even going to rate the vocals, because of how astronomically good they were. Like I said, I love Rolling Stone and how the bravado of his voice and the projection of that, and just sonically how it sounded. But this like annihilated that for me, like hands down. And I feel like every time I listen to an Upchurch song, especially when it comes to when he sings, it's like, damn, he gets better with, it's almost like fine wine. Like it gets better with age. Like I feel like every time he attacks a track and he sings, I feel like his voice gets better and better. And I feel like every time he's in the booth, he's pushing his pen, and he's thinking about his fans and like, how can I make this track better? How can I make it sound sonically better? How can I tap into some type of emotion? How can I try to show some type of softer, vulnerable side of myself to draw that connection, to make my fans know more about me and to come closer to me? Because yeah, I may not be able to meet all my fans, but I want them to be able to gain that connectivity with me and not have a disconnect. And that's what I appreciate about Upchurch as an artist, because he's able to do that. He does it so well, and he's so amazing and gifted and crafty at doing that. And you can't do anything but to take your hat off to somebody who's so true and authentically themselves. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and if you don't respect that, then it's like, you don't need to be here to watch it or witness somebody who's 100 and keeps it 100. That was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. This track was phenomenal. I'm not rating this, and y'all know what I say. I don't rate musical genius when it's put on full display. That was phenomenal, and like I said, this surpassed Rolling Stone for me, because this was amazing. I loved it, and I loved the vulnerability that was shown on here. I love the emotion, the raw emotion and passion, and just dedicating this song to a loved one. I thought that this was phenomenal, and all I gotta do is just say amazing job. And Upchurch, keep doing your thing, bro, because you are absolutely phenomenal. And I mean every word that I say that. It's just like, like every time I listen to his songs, I just wish I could get inside his head, or just have like one moment to just speak with him and be like, yo, like, where do you draw your inspiration, and how do you just stay grounded and leveled in this dog eat dog industry that just wants this, where you have people who see you as being this country boy, and when you rap, but then you also sing, and how you stay grounded. How do you sit there and isolate all those issues and just stay true to yourself, and just like not let it affect who you are as a man and as a person? But I feel like one semblance would be that how his mom raised him, and the connection and the love that they have with each other. And I got that from when I listened to Fallen, and just hearing the connection and the vibe that they have, and the genuine love and capacity that they have for each other, and that connection is just absolutely phenomenal, absolutely amazing. I thought this song was amazing. And with that being said, I'm just going to end the video right there. So please remember to stay awesome, be awesome, because you guys are all awesome. This is your boy Mark, and I'm signing off. Deuces. Peace.
They call me Megatron. Shorty's a mega con. It ain't about the race either, it's the marathon.